Today promises to be very interesting, and I welcome you back to the Huobi live session. So today I'm going to be teaching you, things you can do to save your life in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. All right. The topic is how fundamental analysis can save your life. Okay. Um, Here is the idea. The idea is that when people invest in crypto, or when people are trading cryptocurrencies, then there is this old slogan that you should invest only the amount of money that you are willing to lose. Okay, that is the normal slogan. That is what every influencer will tell you. That is what every expert will tell you. All right. But over years, since I've been in this crypto industry, for like 6 years now, I've realized that um there no amount of money is too small for people to lose. That's the truth. Okay. When you tell people that they should invest only what they are willing to lose, when they eventually lose that money, they feel some kind of pain. Like, it has some level of emotional imbalance. Like it affects them mentally. Okay. So because if you tell people that they should invest only the amount of money they are willing to lose, okay, then crypto is going to be looking like a gamble. Okay, it's like it looks like a gambling. So as long as you keep telling people something like that, you know there is this perception that maybe crypto is a gambling, maybe it's a gambling. Okay, maybe I'm betting with my money. All right, cryptocurrency is not meant to be a gamble. All right, so there are a lot of due diligences that you can do that will help you, save yourself from a lot of mental stress, a lot of emotional imbalance, in the market. So today's topic is still fundamental analysis strategy that can help you save your life. Okay, so what I mean by save your life is this. When you save money, okay, so some people are actually investing in crypto with their life savings, right? And some people are investing in crypto with a fraction, okay, a percentage of their life savings. So if that is the case, okay, who want to lose? Is there anyone on earth that want to lose a fraction of his life savings? Is there anyone in this life that wants to lose a percentage of our life savings? No. Okay. So this is why you need to pay full attention to what I want to teach you today. Okay. It is literally going to save your life as far as this industry is concerned. Okay. It is, it's gonna allow you to have a mind shift. Okay. You have a mind shift from an amateur speculator or amateur trader or amateur investor to becoming, an intermediate or an expert investor. Okay, because the big difference between someone who is an amateur in this industry and those who are experts, the difference is that the experts have more knowledge and advanced knowledge of fundamental analysis. They do a lot of research, before they invest into any project. They invest their money into any crypto startup. All right. Crypto can make you rich, can change your life entirely. Okay. But the truth is that you have to know how the game is being played. Otherwise, you're gonna be a pawn in that game. All right. So that is why I need you guys. This is gonna be like a long teachings. Okay. Because when I looked at the kind of the level of the material I prepared for this teaching, for this live session, it's as if you're in college. All right. So, but don't be scared, guys. Don't be scared. I'm gonna break down everything like to the barest level that you can understand. All right. So, but I need you to pay full attention to everything I have to say. Okay. Um, my name is Ojeniyi Ayobami. I forgot to introduce myself properly. Okay, because I was just excited to teach you guys what you need to know, in order to make a lot of money for yourself in the industry. So, my name is Ojeniyi Ayobami. I'm the social media content director at the Hash University in the US, and I've worked with a couple of crypto projects. Okay, so I'm a content creator. I create content. I'm on YouTube. You can check me out on YouTube, Crypto Niche YouTube channel. Okay, you can check me out on social media platforms like Twitter, like Instagram. My name is Ojeniyi _Ayobami. Okay, still Ojeniyi Ayobami Abimbola on Facebook also. So Having said that, I want you guys to do something for me. You may have questions along the way. Okay, as the question comes to your mind, leave me a comment, in the comment in the chat box. Okay, ask me the question, and I promise you that I'm going to answer all your questions, right? I know that some people are going to be watching me live on YouTube. Some are going to be watching me live on Facebook, Huobi Global Facebook account, or the Huobi YouTube channel. Okay, and some of you are watching me live on Huobi mobile app at the moment. So it doesn't matter where you're watching me from. I'm going to check all those platforms and see if you have any question, and I'm going to provide adequate answers to everything. Okay, that is why we are here for you guys. That is why we are KOL ambassador on the Huobi platform. So we are meant to be providing solutions to every challenge that you may have. All right. So, and to add to that, I want you to join the group. My group, I have a group on Huobi Global. It is Ojeniyi Ayobami Content King. So I want you to join the group right now. So the last time I checked, we have 1,150 members in that community. And before the end of this conversation, before the end of this live session, I want you to join that group and make it 2,500 members. Okay, because that is where a lot of things are happening in crypto ecosystem, and there is dedicated Huobi customer service support in that group. So if you have any challenges on Huobi, if you have any issue on Huobi, and you ask that question in that group, and I'm not able to provide adequate answer to that question, then the customer support is going to attend to you right there. All right, right there. So having said that, I want us to go proper into the topic of today. All right, because let me even try and define fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis is just a research. Okay, it's a research. It's about looking at a bunch of data, okay, and making sense out of that data. Looking at a bunch of information and making sense of that information, okay, and applying the outcome, you know to whatever thing you are doing in the crypto ecosystem, okay, so that you can have a predictable outcome. That is what fundamental analysis is all about. Okay, so don't be carried away, don't be scared or bamboozled by the fact that people are saying FA is still fundamental analysis, and it's really about using available information. It's different from technical analysis. So I talked about technical analysis yesterday. You can go back to the live session I had yesterday and watch that. All right. So, but today I'm going to be talking about how fundamentals can save your life. How fundamentals can prevent you from losing your life savings. Okay. How fundamental analysis can even make you rich. Okay. If you're already rich, this is how fundamental analysis can make you even richer. All right. So let's go back to the topic properly, and let's get started, guys. So let me adjust this window in a way that is going to give us room to. All right, I think that is okay. It's not going to interfere with anything you're doing. All right. So this is, in fundamental analysis, there is something called on-chain data. Okay, on-chain data, they are the kind of data that is being produced on the blockchain, right there on the blockchain. That is your on-chain data. Okay, so every cryptocurrency that you see out there today, they have on-chain data. Okay, and on-chain data is usually available through the block explorer. Okay, so some of them you may just have to connect with the API, but for some of them, for you to have access to this on-chain data, then you probably need to um, create a node, all right, to run a node on that blockchain. And by running a node on that blockchain, then you are going to be able to have access to real-time information, the real-time data that is coming from that blockchain. Okay, but running a node can be very expensive, can be very, very expensive. So it makes sense that you should depend on the information that you have from the block explorers and some other platforms that does this analysis, this on-chain analysis. So an example of those platforms that you can use is CoinMarketCap. Then you can use CoinGecko, Livecoin. This platform, they are connected live to those blockchains, and they can provide you with valuable set of data that will help you to take informed decision. Okay, so one Number one thing that you need to look out for, as far, today I'm going to be talking about the on-chain data. Okay, I'm going to be talking about the project data, and I'm going to be talking about financial data. So this data together, when they are adequately combined, then they can make a whole lot of difference, as far as your fundamental analysis is concerned. So when you pay attention to the on-chain data, it can literally save your life also. So look at the cost of transaction. Okay, the cost of transaction. What I mean by the transaction cost is this: how much are people willing to pay for a transaction on that blockchain? Okay, so are people willing to pay higher so that their transaction can move, faster and be confirmed faster? Because on the blockchain, the miners, they are in for the money. They are in for they're in the business of mining. They are in the business of confirming transaction. Okay, that is how they make money to sustain their the rig, sustain their nodes, and pay for electricity and energy cost. All right. So once there is a transaction that is paying higher, they are going to give priority to that data. Okay. So now, if people are now willing, okay, if people are now willing to pay more in order to fast track that transaction, that kind of blockchain can be, can have a future potential. Okay, have a future potential. So if people are willing to pay for that cost, then it makes a lot of sense. It's, for instance, now let me use a Uniswap as an example. When people are willing to pay like $50, $60, in order to fast track a transaction, okay, that shows the interest that people have in that product. That shows the interest that people have in that service. All right. So another on-chain data you have to look forward to is the number of active addresses. Okay, the number of active addresses. So if you have a blockchain, because these days there are several blockchains, there are several copycat of blockchains, all around the world today. So if you are doing your fundamental analysis, like you want to invest into that project, you want to invest into that coin, then you should pay attention to the number of active addresses that exist in that ecosystem. And let me give you an example now. Let's assume that there is a blockchain that have let me say over a million, let me say million wallet addresses, and only about 5% of those addresses are active. Okay, then it should be a negative feedback. That's negative data that shows that more people are becoming less interested in that project. More people are becoming less interested in that blockchain. Okay, so this on-chain data, when you have access to it, it can, help you take a better decision as to whether you're supposed to invest in that project, or you should avoid it completely, right? So, but then here is another problem. There are some projects that tries to game this, they try to manipulate this. So there's going to be like a bunch of addresses sending and receiving transaction in order to increase number of active wallet addresses. So this metric is not so reliable. Okay, so you don't have to actually rely on it, but it's something that you can also look for. Okay, but it should not really be the only data that you are going to rely on as far as your fundamental analysis is concerned. So another on-chain information that is very useful is the value of transactions. Okay, value of transactions. So what do I mean by value of transactions? Okay, how much are people spending, you know, every day before they could transact on that blockchain? Okay, let me give you an example. Imagine a blockchain where people are spending like $80 million per day in order to transact on that blockchain. What message does that send to you? What signal does that provide to you? All right. So because there is a value, there is a valuable asset on that blockchain, and people are willing to pay a higher amount of money in order to move those values, to move those assets from one point to another, on that blockchain. So if you guys have any question, you can ask me through the comment section. I'm going to be here to provide answers to everything. Okay, so if you have any question, you can ask me through the comment box. So when people are willing to pay higher amount of money to move their funds, on that blockchain, that is a valuable on-chain data. All right. Now, what about the hash rate? Okay, for the proof of stake blockchain. Okay, let me. If you guys have any question, if you have any question, please ask me in the chat. So when a blockchain have a high hash rate, like there is a lot of mining activities, a lot of people are trying to mine it. More people are setting up their nodes, more people are setting up their mining rig. Then it shows that there is a growing interest on that blockchain. Okay, there's an increasing number of interest on that blockchain. All right. So more people are getting aware about it, that they are becoming aware about, about it, and they are willing to use their resources to support that blockchain, and in return get a reasonable compensation for it, a reasonable reward for it. Okay, so that is for proof of work blockchain. Then there's going to be an increase in hash rates. Okay, or a steady growth. It may not actually be a sharp growth in hash rate. There's going to be like a steady growth in hash rates. All right. So conversely, if people are losing interest in that blockchain, then there's going to be a slow or steady drop in the hash rates. Okay, so but if as long as it is not a sharp drop, then there's nothing to be worried about. Right. Right now, Bitcoin is experiencing a slight drop in the hash rate because some miners are not mining profitably any longer because of the price of Bitcoin at the moment. Okay, so also, if the coin is proof of stake, okay, then how many people are willing to buy a huge amount of that token or of that coin and stake it in order to support, transaction, in order to validate transaction on the blockchain? How many people are willing to stake their coin, and become a validator, okay, and become a node or a block producer? It depends. If it is a, like dedicated proof of stake like EOS and other similar blockchain, so it's going to be like a block producer. How many people are willing to become block producer? How many people are willing to become, a node owners? How many are willing to support that blockchain with their stakes, on that blockchain? So if more people are willing to support it, then it means that the cost of attacking that blockchain is going to be low. It's going to be high. Okay, let me give you an example now. There is a blockchain, the blockchain is XYZ. Okay, and the hash rate is so high that in order to attack that blockchain, it's going to cost about $300 billion to attack that blockchain. Okay, then it's like a turn off. Okay, nobody wants to attack such blockchain because it's not worth it. The cost is just too high. It's not worth it. Okay, so imagine that there is a particular blockchain that the cost of attacking that blockchain is only like it's just about $10 million. That's so easy to attack. Okay, that is really easy to attack. So when people stake, the value of their assets that they are staking on that blockchain could be as high as $50 billion. Then it becomes, so difficult to attack such blockchain. All right. So once there is a security, there is a reasonable level of security on that blockchain, then it makes sense to invest into such project. All right. Then we've discussed about the on-chain data, though I'm still going to come back. I'm still going to come back to it and even show you more ways to, to check out those data. Now let's talk about the project data. Okay, what about the white paper? Have you gone to the concepts? Have you been able to do that? Okay, so these are things that you need to pay attention to. Okay, so you have to in the white paper, there's going to be a lot of metrics like the concept, the minimum viable product that they have, the information about their website, about their team. So there is a bunch of information that is available in project white paper. So still talking about the project data, then you need to check the team. Okay, who are the team behind the project? What is their profile? Okay, so you have to be able to go to LinkedIn, and check out their profile. So let me show you an example of how to go about that real quick. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. Okay, this is CoinMarketCap. So let me search for, okay, okay, this is a blockchain platform. So let me go to their websites. I'm going to open that in the new tab. So this is the website. So probably if there's an information about the team, you can easily search for it. Okay, you can search for it. And when you search for it, then it gives you idea of who are the team behind the project. Okay, are they a bunch of scammers? What is their track record? Have they launched a successful project in the past? Who are the developers? So these are things that you need to check out before you decide to put money in that project. Okay, before you invest into that project. Okay, so I'm trying to look out for information about their team. I can't seem to find it on their website. Okay, so if you can't find this on the website, the next thing that you're supposed to do is to go to their chat, go to their group, maybe on Telegram, go to their group on Telegram and join their group. So once you join their group, then you can ask them a bunch of questions on that group. Okay, so you can ask them a lot of questions in that group so they can get the right answers to that question. Okay, so these are things you can do. Just make sure that you go on LinkedIn, check the profile of the team, and confirm by yourself that no, these guys, they are actually what they are calling themselves. Okay, so once you're done with that, the next thing you want to pay attention to is the project competitors. Okay, who are the competitors? Who are they competing with in the industry? Okay, if let me give an example. Let me say a project is trying to solve a problem in a transport industry. So you have to go to platforms like you have to go to platforms like CoinMarketCap and check out their and check out stuff about their competitors. Just go to the section. Let me see if I can check. Okay, so go to that section that let me show you how you can find out that the products. I don't know, but there is a platform where I do this quite easily. I'm coming. So I can use CoinSlate. Let me go to CoinSlate. So CoinSlate is going to give you more information about their competitors. So you research their competitors, then go to the menu. So when you get to the menu, then go to crypto assets. From crypto assets, then you can look at sectors. So what sector is the project working on? If the project is actually focusing on sector like metaverse, so you want to click on metaverse, just an example. So these are metaverse projects. So you can see Mana, you can see Sand, ApeCoin, Theta, and the rest of them right here. Okay. So you want to check out how their competitors are performing. Okay. You want to check out the market cap of their competitors. Okay. So you want to check out the volume. Okay. The price. This if their competitors are doing very fine. Okay. And they also put in similar effort, that they can achieve similar results with that project. Okay, that is how to check out for their competitors as far as do your fundamentals is concerned. So the next thing you want to pay attention to now is the tokenomics. Tokenomics is very important. Usually, the information about tokenomics should be provided on the website. Okay, it should be on the website. Like, let me go to um, what's let's check ApeCoin. Let's check the tokenomics of ApeCoin, for instance. So we're going to go to the website. So getting to the website now. So getting to the website now. Let's see if you can have an idea of their tokenomics for those who want to claim governance about. Okay, belongs to the ecosystem. The 60% belongs to Yoga Labs plus charity. Okay, you don't know the exact amount that belongs to Yoga Lab. Okay, so you can go to their group and ask for specifics. How many percent belongs to Yoga Lab? All right, 8% for BAYC founders. Then 40% belongs to the launch contributors. But this is kind of ambiguous, right? Because you want to go to their group and ask them how many percentage of the 60% belongs to Yuga Lab. Okay, because sometimes 1% could belong to Yuga Lab and 50% belongs to charity. It is still 16%, right? So, and that could actually affect the value, because if you are giving all of this to charity, if you're giving 50% to charity, then it means that the charity can just go to the public exchange and dump it. That is, they can go to the public market and dump it, all right, for their own need. So that will actually affect the price demand. That could actually affect the price of the projects. Right? So you have to pay attention to stuff like this. So pay attention to the tokenomics. If that tokenomics is not making sense, it is probably because the project is not making sense, and you have to avoid such projects in order to save your life. Okay, in order to save your life savings, that is quite important. So, in a situation whereby the project team are even allocating more funds to themselves, to their cronies, to their team members, then that is a red flag, and you need to avoid that kind of projects. Okay, so in my own perspective, I think um, allocating allocating 8% to the funders is not too much. Like, it's okay. In my own perspective, it is okay. So nothing is absolutely wrong with that. Okay, so but in a situation whereby the founders are having more than 20% stake, even more than 50% stake, is a red flag. So avoid it as much as possible. So now this is a very interesting part, talking about the financials. Talking about the financial data. Okay, data. So now look at this, talking about the market capitalization of that project. Then what is the meaning of market cap? Okay, market cap is the value of one coin, is the value of one token multiplied by the entire supply. Okay, let me give you an example now. Let's say ape, for instance, is like 10 million supply, has 10 million supply, and one ape coin is selling for $10, in the open exchange, like in the public market. All right. So if that is the case, then that's going to be 10 multiplied by 10 million. Okay, that is $100 million market cap. Okay, but that could be tricky. Like, sometimes some coins are burned, sometimes some coins some people lost wallet addresses, private keys, they lost their private keys, they sent their coins to the wrong address, maybe like to contract addresses. This has happened to quite a number of people in the past. I've had a personal experience whereby I copied the contract address and I've forgotten that I've copied it, so I send some tokens to that contract address. It has happened to me before, right? So it happens to a lot of people. So in that case, you cannot actually have a true figure of what their market cap is like. All right. So, but it's when a coin have a big market cap, it means that, like, theoretically, you know, that is the amount of money that is required to buy all the coin. That is if it is possible. Of course, it's not possible. Okay, I've never heard of it before. But when you look at the market cap, it means if the market cap is 10 billion, it means that for you to buy the entire coin, you need $10 billion, provided that there is no slip, there is no slippage. But if there's a slippage, then it has to be more than that. Okay, so you also need to pay attention to the liquidity and volume. When I say liquidity and volume, it feels like, is this not a technical analysis? No, it is far from technical analysis. Okay, liquidity is normal thing that everybody should be aware of. Okay, know about the liquidity and pay attention to it. Um, what is there any sense if you buy a coin and you want to sell, then you are not able to sell because there is no liquidity? Okay, it doesn't make any sense. And if you want to sell by every means, then it means that you have to even lower your price, you know, and you are going to be selling at loss. Sometimes you have to lower the price as low as 50%, okay, as low as 60%. Okay, so you are selling at a discount, then you are losing money. Okay, so you need to pay attention to the liquidity and the volume. So you need to be sure that you can enter the coin and exit it at any time. Okay, so a liquidity is an assurance. It's an assurance that anytime you want to sell, there is a market demand for it. Okay, anytime you want to sell, there is a pool of money, that is waiting to buy it. So that is the function of liquidity. So you need to pay. Don't just buy anything because you saw an influencer talking about it on Twitter, because you saw an influencer talking about it on YouTube channel. No, you still need to go through the liquidity and be sure that there is a liquidity for it. Okay, let me give you an example right here. This is ApeCoin. ApeCoin right now have a market cap of 1.3 billion dollars, and um, they have 24 hours volume of $161 million. Okay, so when you look at this, the liquidity is a little bit low compared to the market cap. Okay, but in as much as the liquidity is more than 10% of the market cap, I think it's a good metric. Okay, it's a good information. But in a situation whereby a coin is having like um a coin is having like $1 billion market cap, and 24 hours volume is just like, $16 million, that is a good metric that shows that people are becoming less interested in that coin. People are becoming less interested in that project. Okay, so you can also use the ratio of the market cap, okay, divided by the volume, right? So you can divide, it depends. You can say, okay, there is market cap ratio volume, okay, or the volume ratio market cap, okay. So if let me give an example now. Where is my calculator? You can decide for yourself. The interesting thing about fundamental analysis is that you can create your own metrics. Okay, like if a coin does not meet so standard, I'm not going to be interested in it. Okay, it doesn't mean so standard, I'm not going to be interested in it. Now, okay, I write, okay, that is even interesting. I don't even know that there is this data on market cap right now. So coin market cap is actually improving. They are improving the number of fundamentals information that they put out there for people to learn from. So that is really interesting in my own perspective. And look at this now. The volume market cap ratio is 0.11. Okay, that is still okay in my perspective. It is still okay. Okay, so it means that there is a volume. People are still trading. Since people are still trading it, okay, people are still interested in that project. Once it drops to anything below 0.1, that is a big turn off. Okay, that is a big turn off. So you don't need to, you have to be so, let me say, you have to be extraordinarily careful if you are going into such projects. Okay, because the volume and market cap is quite low. Okay, so let me give you an example now. Let me say Ethereum. Let's have a look at the volume and market cap ratio. Okay, So it is even 0.08. All right. So it means that right now there is a low volume. And if there is low volume, although you need to tread carefully, okay, at the same time, that could actually mean that this coin is currently oversold. Like it's at oversold region. Okay. So if it is at oversold, it could provide you a lot of opportunities, right? It could provide you a lot of opportunity because it is oversold. Okay. So but then personally, if I'm gonna be buying a coin, okay, I prefer a metric like 0.1 and above, because I know that I can exit. And if you're coming in with big money, you can easily enter and exit. Okay. So but at least $11.6 billion in last 24 hours is not really so bad. But if you look at it, the interest in Ethereum is winning out. That's the truth. Okay. Let's face the reality. The interest, based on this metric, the interest in Ethereum is winning out. Okay. But like I said, you don't really have to focus on one single metric as a yardstick. Okay. So you can look at the liquidity and volume, you can look at the coin market cap. So just assign points. Okay, like coin market cap now, you can assign like 5 points. Then tokenomics, sound tokenomics, assign 5 points to it. Um, high competitive advantage, just assign points to this when you're doing analysis. So, and you can also, okay, since they have the chance of competing favorably with these guys, then on this metric, out of the 5 points, I'm going to be giving 3 points to these guys. Okay. Then you now sum them up at the end of the day and use that information to make an informed decision. Okay. So when you are doing your fundamental analysis, it doesn't mean that you are going to take one metric and use it. We are going to take a lot of metrics, okay, a lot of data. So there are different data points, and you are personally going to, depending on how relevant it is to you, you are personally going to assign value to it. Okay, once you assign value to it, maybe like for instance now, if I'm going to assign value to Ethereum right now, if I'm going to invest in Ethereum, I'm going to assign like out of 5, I'm going to assign like 1.8 to it, or 2.0 to it, because it has fallen short of my expectation. Okay, so if I'm going to be assigning value to ApeCoin, I'm going to be assigning more as far as the market cap and volume ratio is concerned. Okay, so the next thing you have to also pay attention to is, okay, let's do something right now. Let's say there is coin A, there's coin B, okay, and you are trying to like make a decision. Should I invest into coin A or I should invest into coin B, right? So you now start doing your research. You begin to do your fundamental analysis. Then you got to a point that, okay, for volume and liquidity, assign points to coin A, assign points to coin B. Okay. For market cap, you know, market capitalization value, assign points to A, assign points to B. For number of active wallet addresses, assign points to both of them. Okay. For every metric that you check out, assign value to each of them. So at the end of the day, okay, you should now look at this total sum of that metric, okay, and use that result to make an informed decision as to whether you should buy or you should exit that coin. Okay. Sometimes you even have a huge amount of tokens in your wallet, or a huge amount of coin in your wallet, and you are trying to rebalance your portfolio. Okay. Fundamental analysis can actually help you, because a lot of things may have changed about the project in the past, and after comparing the metrics, after comparing the data and getting a result, then you can say, okay, and I think it is time to exit coin A and go into coin B. Okay, it is time to exit coin B and go into coin C and invest into coin C. Okay, so this is all about fundamental analysis. When people are paying Mesari and some other platforms, when they are making monthly subscription, this is what they are paying for, right? So if you cannot do this by yourself, then you have to pay these guys. But I always encourage that even if you're going to pay these guys on a monthly subscription, they want to encourage you to learn how to do it by yourself. I want to encourage you to do it by yourself. Okay. So because it helps a lot. It helps a lot. So another thing that you can look out for when it comes to the financials of a project, you can look at the market value to realized value ratio. Okay. Market value to the realized value ratio can give you a lot of data. Okay. Let me give you an example now. I'm going to copy this. Okay, let me open this in the note tab. So we are going to be doing this for Bitcoin. Okay, look at this. The MVRV data is calculated by dividing market value, okay, by the realized value. All right, the market value by the realized value. Okay, then in realized value, BTC prices are taken at the time they last moved. That is for realized value instead of the current market price like the market value. Now, let me try and explain this to you so that you can understand it even better. Okay. If you have any question about everything I've said so far, ask me right there in the chat. Whether on YouTube, I'm going to go on YouTube after this conversation and answer your questions. Okay. And I'm going to encourage you to join my group on the Huobi platform, okay, and ask me any question that you may have about fundamental analysis. I've been doing this for years, okay. I know what to look out for in any coin, in any token, okay. So I can be helpful to you, I can be your messiah. Okay, so the market value of Bitcoin is the same thing as the market capitalization. Like it is similar. Okay. It is similar to the coin market capitalization of the Bitcoin. Now, that is ambiguous. Okay. It is ambiguous. But the realized value, like, it's like someone is saying that let us face the reality. Okay. Let us face the reality. The realized value is the value of the Bitcoin, you know, that are moving on chain. Okay. And that could be like in the last few months. Okay. Maybe in the last 1 year. The value of Bitcoin that moved because you are trying to consider the active wallet because those wallets that has been dormant for years, some of the owners they're actually dead. Okay. Some of the wallets are lost. Okay, some of the coins has been sent to the wrong addresses. A lot of things has happened in the past, in the past history of Bitcoin. So it doesn't have to do it doesn't have to be Bitcoin alone. You can find the realized value for every coin. Okay, as long as you have a blockchain. Okay, so now those ones that are moving, that are active, then those ones that one that provide the realized value. Okay, that they give it shows the reality of what is happening on that blockchain. It shows the reality of what is happening to that coin, that crypto. Okay, so a lot of people are paying attention to the market value, whereas the realized value is as important as the market value. Okay, so when you look at this chart right now, the MVRV ratio is low. Okay, in my own perspective, this is one of the best time to start buying Bitcoin. Okay, that is a metric. That is a metric. Okay, this is one of the best time to start buying Bitcoin because it shows that there is a lot of buying opportunity right here. A lot of buying opportunity right here. Okay, so you only need to wait for a confirmation. Like this has been going down, down, down for the last few months now. Once you observe that this chart is going up a little bit, okay, once you see a movement that is going up, you can keep monitoring it if you want. Once you notice that it's going up a little bit, then this provides a buying opportunity for you to go into that coin. Okay, it provides a buying opportunity to go into it, but right now it is still going down. It has not actually gotten to the bottom yet. All right, so now that is a metric that you can pay attention to. You can assign a value of 5 to it also. Okay, If these metrics, make sense to you, you can give like out of that. You give a score to it. Now, let's go back to another metric that can be network value and the transaction ratio. What is the value of the network, entirely, and what is the value of the transaction? Okay. So let me show you exactly how to find that again. So when you get to these websites, this is the network value to realized value. Okay, that's an error. This is network value to transactions. So the NVT is computed by dividing network value, okay, by the transactions, right? Here is the question. The market value is the same thing as the network value, okay? When it is divided, let me give you an example. Let me say the market value of Echo, the HT token, the market value right now is, let me say, $10 billion, okay? But every 24 hours, people are making transaction volume of $2-3 billion every 24 hours. Okay, then it means that there's a lot of activities on that chain. That is the meaning. Okay, there's a lot of activities that is happening right there on that chain. That is the meaning. So if that is the case, then it is a viable project that you can invest your money into. Okay. Today I'm not actually addressing those who are crypto traders. I want to address those who are crypto investors who want to invest for short term, medium to long term. Okay. These are the metrics that you need to pay, undivided attention to. Okay. So that is talking about the network value to transaction ratio. All right. So now some other FA tools which I think will be so useful to you in this journey. They are base rank and glass node. Okay, let me show you how base rank looks like. I use this platform a whole lot, like a whole lot. Okay, let me show you base rank. So base rank. Okay, I think I base rank. Just go on Google, guys, and search for base rank. So this is the website. So it is really helpful when it comes to doing fundamental analysis. It is quite helpful. So check out the websites. There are a lot of metrics that is going to help you. A lot of metrics that's going to help you on those platforms. Then you also have Glassnode. Glassnode is also a very powerful website. Studio.glassnode, that's the name of the website. I use those tools a lot, so it is not loading up right now, but you can check out these platforms on your own. So you have access to a bunch of information right there about any coin that you may want to conduct analysis on. So this is base rank. Okay, base rank, they use a lot of data, like different data sources, and assign rank. Let me for okay, let me show you something now. For Bitcoin, they have, of course, you expect Bitcoin to be the highest. They have for Cardano, you have for Solana. And if you want to have access to even more, then you have to pay them. They have a monthly subscription. Okay, they have a base rank for Polygon at 73.6. So you should also try and check out this platform. They have a premium package that you can unlock, so you can have access to every token, every coin on their platform. So let me click on Ethereum, so they can have access to those points, those metrics that they look into before they assign points to these ones. Okay, so the block domain ratings, token inside ratings, like they pull out a lot of data in order to determine those ratings, and they took the average. So the average of those ratings, they are what you are seeing on the website. Now this is a Studio Glassnode. Studio Glassnode also gives you a lot of insights. Talking about the active addresses on Bitcoin, the number of active addresses on Bitcoin has been increasing steadily over years. Okay, you can check for other cryptocurrencies, like let's check for Litecoin. Let's see if the same thing is happening to Litecoin also. Maybe it is increasing or decreasing. So number of miners, network statistics, ratios, supply, transaction. So Glassnode is really a robust platform where you can check out all these metrics I've been talking about, okay, by yourself. So try and check out those websites and let me know what you think about the Glassnode. So let me see if it's going to load the Litecoin chart, okay, and see, and you can compare it with every other chart, okay. You can see that a number of active addresses on Litecoin has really been you know going down. It has been decreasing, okay. It has been decreasing. So these are the metrics that you can pay attention to as far as fundamental analysis is concerned. So let me recap again. So far I talked about the on-chain data, paying attention to the cost of transaction and the number of active addresses, and I've shown you right here how to check for active addresses, using the Glassnode platform data source. So value of transactions, I talked about hash rate and stakes, how this can help you to determine if people are interested in such projects, or how you can find out if people are losing interest in such projects. So for the project data, talking about the white paper, how it's going to provide you a lot of information about the project. Pay attention to the team. Search for their names on the internet. You know, check their profile. Have they been involved in a scam before? Have they been involved in a successful project before? Have they been involved in a failed project before? These are things you want to check out for yourself. Okay, look at the competitors. Who are they competing with? Do they even stand a chance to compete with them? Okay, so you have to pay attention to this. Then look at the tokenomics. Are they allocating the tokenomics like in a way that doesn't make any sense to you? Okay, pay attention to it. Are they giving out more to the stakeholders? Are they giving more to the team or the co-founders, than necessarily? Okay, so you have to pay attention to this. Then look at the financials. What is the coin market cap? Their liquidity and volume is quite important. Then you have to try and use these metrics to build your own metrics. Okay, that's going to work for you. Then check out this website right here, the blockchain.info. Check out the market value or realized value ratio for a project. Check out the network value to transaction ratio, and these are the other tools. All right. So if you guys will need this PowerPoint presentation like this live, if you need it, let me know in the Huobi group. Okay, join that group and let me know if you're going to need this. Like this is like a blueprint. If you want to use this as your own blueprint, then you can let me know. Okay, so that I can share these materials, with you. I made it for myself. I made it for you guys, so that I can use this material to teach you guys on Huobi Live. But if you're going to need it, let me know so that I can send this to you guys, or I can share with you guys. So, in conclusion, there is no single or best way to conduct a fundamental research. Okay, that's the truth. But I want you to now go back and do the homework by yourself. Okay, think about how you can, create a fundamental analysis guideline for yourself. Things you want to see in a project, things that needs to be present in a project before you invest your money into, because your money could be your life savings. If your money is your life savings, then it's more or less like your life. Okay. So, but if you do the fundamental analysis correctly, then you are actually saving your life. All right. Because during the lunar crash, when the ecosystem crashed, a couple of people lost their lives. People committed suicide. Okay. So if you don't want to be among people that these things will happen to, then you have to spend a lot of time to understand how fundamental analysis can be conducted, and apply those knowledge by yourselves. Okay, apply it in everything that you are doing as far as crypto and blockchain is concerned. To be honest with you, if you are coming from the traditional market like forex market, like stock markets, like commodities market, the way fundamental analysis is conducted in those industries is quite difficult. Is quite different from how it is conducted, in the crypto and the blockchain industry. So you have to learn how it is done here. Okay. So make sure that you have a personal blueprint, a personal guide, and if you have this, you can now use this to be, it becomes like a sieve. Okay, like your own personal sieve. Once you pour in all those projects, only a few of them will escape. And those that escape through that sieve, they are actually going to become a gem. Okay, they're actually going to become a gem. All right. So my name is Ojeniyi Ayobami, and I hope to see you succeed in this industry. I hope to see you make a lot of money in this industry. Okay. So you can also check me out on Twitter. Okay. My handle is Ojeniyi_Ayobami. Check me out on Instagram, Ojeniyi_Ayobami. Check me out on Facebook. Search my name on Facebook, Ojeniyi Ayobami on Facebook. You're going to see my picture right there on Facebook, and you can send me a friend request. I'm going to accept your friend request on Facebook, or you can also follow me on Facebook at the same time. So I'm going to be seeing you guys again in the next, in the subsequent live session. All right. So I'm going to be seeing you guys again very soon. And for now, I want to let you know that succeeding in crypto is not really as difficult as people say it. You just need to be able to pay attention to what matters. You just need to pay attention to what matters and have your own rule. Don't just follow the crowd. Okay, have your own mind. Your own mind, have your own brain. These are things that are very important as far as this industry is concerned. So don't follow the crowd, use your brain. Okay, learn more and more. Use your brain, learn more, and follow your own your own blueprint. Follow your own step. Believe in yourself. Okay, because when people don't believe in themselves, they try to follow like people, and like they try to follow people they're not supposed to follow. One, and they begin to lack directions. Okay, they don't even have their own direction. So I want to encourage you to try as much as possible to have your own blueprint. I keep emphasizing it. All right. So I'm gonna be seeing you guys in the next session. Hopefully before the end of this week, I'm gonna see you guys. For now, bye for now. Don't forget to join the group. It's very important. And also follow me on Huobi. I want to increase my followers to like 1,000 plus very soon. So try and please and follow me on Huobi Live. Join the group. Ask me a question in the group, and also check me out on the internet. Just use my name and search. You're able to find me on Google. I'm very sure of that. All right. So bye for now and have a great week.